Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23, and today we're back in testing for today's Jerez Spanish GP test. We're going to be looking at some new packages, and we're also going to be seeing what lap times we can do in the test here in the official test here in MotoGP 23 career mode. So gaze your view to the right hand side of the screen and take a look at the packages we have available. Now, I won't lie to you, I'm a little bit concerned, and I'm also a little bit frustrated, because the main thing I didn't want to lose, which I didn't even consider we would lose, is that 10 out of 10 controlled fuel delivery. I loved the controlled fuel delivery in the career mode so far. It's been crucial to our success, and for some reason we've lost it. Which, the crazy thing is, I actually asked us to focus on Spec A to be controlled fuel delivery, and even Spec B, and yet they took it away to give us more handling, which I think makes sense because we do need more handling on the factory Ducati. But the fact that we've lost the thing that I wanted to prioritise makes me think that it's absolutely pointless being the manufacturer leader if that's going to happen. I don't know how we've progressively gone worse. I know it's not by much, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about that, but that 10 out of 10 for acceleration could be crucial in some of these upcoming tracks. Granted, Package A does offer us more engine power, and Package B offers us a little bit more engine power and more of a balance, which I'm expecting to probably be the better out of the two packages. But to be honest, I would have rather just kept it as it was. I don't know why that isn't an option in the game, because we have two different packages and neither of them are really speaking out to me to say choose this one. So I'm a little bit frustrated, I won't lie to you. I'm a little bit shocked. I don't know how the Ducati's effectively gone worse. I don't know where this puts us in the team comparison, but it's something we'll definitely look at the end of the video or towards the latter stage of this testing video. But for now, we had a cracking race the other day in Jerez in the MotoGP career mode, so I guess we're just going to have to keep on the momentum. So across the line, it's a lap time of 1:34.7, so into the 1:34s already, good sign. But I do feel we can go much quicker than that pace predicted already. And here Bastianini going down into somewhere. He's somewhere around Sector 2, of course. He just completed the second split. And with Luca Marini ahead of us, we might get held up here. But to be honest, we've got to work out now which package is better. Because, as I say, that other package we had last time was just terrific. It was brilliant. Now it's left me in limbo a bit because I don't know which one to choose. But I guess that's the same in any testing, from the winter to the Jerez test to the Silverstone test. Either or. You're never sure until you actually make that decision. As Luca Marini goes a little bit deep there. I'm going to try and go for the apex here. Cut back onto the circuit with reckless abandon. Not a single care in the world at the fact that the factory Ducati is just about to come on through. So we do size our way through onto the number 10. A little bit deep, and I do have a feeling he might do the way of Venere Bass anyway. Pushed me off the circuit, and someone's gone down there. Luca's wide. And one of the RNF Aprilia's down. Who is that? Is it Oliveira or is it Raul Fernandez? We're not actually quick enough to find out yet. Medium front is getting rather warm. I don't think that's the tyre to choose from, but to be honest, you know the rules, you know the skill, or the plan to have skill, is that we run the medium tyres, which are probably not considered the best tyres to choose from. Run them for a good couple of laps and then change your mind up. As Raul Fernandez, what are you doing, mate? Really excited on the acceleration coming out of Lorenzo corner, but across the line, this will be an improvement, and that is a 1:34.437. Not quite the race lap time, but still decent nonetheless. 1.8 seconds quicker than the factory Honda man, Joan Mir. So far, so not too bad. The bike doesn't feel significantly different, although I do notice the lack of power coming on the accelerations. I feel like we're getting a bit more wheelie. But to be honest, when I come here to Jerez, I do find I do get a small wheelie. I am recording this a little bit after the race as well, so the initial thoughts and feedback in the back of my mind is we were really, really solid in the actual race. With power setting 3, power setting 2, didn't really matter. I felt really, really clean, really consistent. So as long as we still have that sort of feeling, as long as we can still produce solid lap times, maybe not necessarily get out to the front and start dominating races by 10 plus seconds, but as long as we can stay competitive against teammate Bastianini or Maverick Vinales, those two are both main championship competitors this season, I think we should be relatively good. the medium front is definitely coming to the end of its time now. So I think what I'll do is... It's got a lot of fuel. I've got a lot of... okay, we'll do one more lap after this one. Let's see if we can keep it well within the 144. So let's gauge around 4 laps each per package and per tyre combination per spec. And we'll see what happens there. Jorge Martinez just gone down, so we charge across the line. And as you see on the brakes here, still no real improvement. Well, it's actually not an improvement. It was the worst lap of the session so far. 134.868 as we start the commence into the final part of the medium front, medium rear with spec number A, or spec letter A. I don't know why I call it a number. Quattraro ahead of us then on track. Let's see what the Yamaha man can do. I will let you know, little bit of a spoiler in the teams comparison before we show you at the end of the video. The Yamahas are looking rather good. So I don't know what's been happening in their previous tests. They've had some decent results over the past couple of races, but for some reason they're looking rather solid in the teams comparison. So I am very curious to see what they're going to be doing for this season. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, because even though the KTM, even though the Prima Prama Ducati, they all seem to not be as fast as the factory Ducati. I don't even think the Ducati needs to be high up on the list, and it's still like a superior bike for some strange reason. So question marks and no answers at this stage, but I do hope we get to see some parity and we get to see some other riders taking to the Ock and fighting amongst themselves with a bike like the Yamahas. We get really close now to Fabio Quattararo as we go onto the brakes into the left-hand side for Lorenzo Corner, now onto the power. Fabio was looking a little bit scary there a moment ago, but across the line to conclude this lap, it is a 1:35. No, it's a 1:35. Shocking. Well, I'm a little bit sad that I did a 1:35.1 there. That's not good. Quick head back into the pits. Need to change my electronics here. Miller, 0.6 of a second behind, so looks relatively normal from the team comparisons. Ducati, Prima Prama Ducati, Red Bull KTM, and I think Repsol Honda is quite high up as well. No, in fact, the Aprilia. So we haven't seen anything from the Aprilias yet, but I don't doubt Maverick Vinales can do something good here. Of course, the other day I did predict that Maverick Vinales would do rather well in the Portuguese GP. That went well. Happy to see that Maverick did well, until his gearbox issue, of course. I actually felt like maybe didn't realise that the race was still going. I thought maybe he had a lap to go or something stupid like that. Thank goodness it wasn't that, because that would be painfully embarrassing for the man on board the Aprilia. And Jack Miller's just gone down. It's hard to see where. It looks like it could be the Lorenzo Corner as he goes into... In fact, no, he might be in the pits, actually. It's hard to see. Behind teammate Enea Bastianini. So with the second package of the two, now bear in mind, this package is ever so slightly different. You can see that on the right-hand side of your screen. Biggest difference being that, again, a little bit more into the handling, a little bit more into the control fuel delivery compared to Spec A, but the engine power has been reduced. As Enea Bastianini, what the hell is he doing? Straight off the circuit there, binning it into turn 9. He did that in Jerez in the last season, of course, in the Red Bull career mode, Red Bull KTM career mode. But I've got to say, this bike, even though it's got a little bit less engine power, a little bit more control fuel delivery, it doesn't feel very good. Just something ever so slightly off on it. Are we going to get wheelie here? No wheelie though, so that's a good sign. But somehow, controlled fuel delivery from 9 to 10 feels quite significant. And engine power 9 to 10, it doesn't feel like it's very powerful. I'm a bit confused here. Now, Spec B is usually the way to go. It always seems to be the bike that everyone tends to pick. I know from my past experiences, Spec B has frequently been the bike to choose from. But here, I'm having a hard time believing that we're going to choose Spec B. I thought about a lunge on Frankie then. That would have been an audacious lunge, to say the least. But out of the Cito Pons corner then, and into the slipstream. We're getting around the 200 metre braking mark. We should be able to find our way through on the 21, but he has gone deep. So all of that for nothing. And did he actually crash then? I think he did. Judging by his little disc in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, as I probably... Oh, it didn't. I did expect us to invalidate that lap time, but thankfully it didn't. But this will be a little bit leading. Someone has gone down again into the 9th corner for the Angel Nieto corner. I don't know what's happened there exactly. Is that one of the VR46 Ducatis? It's hard to see from this point of view. And of course, guys, don't forget, if you are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. 99 minutes remaining of this Spanish GP test. And onto the brakes, just braking just after that shadow as we slide it in to Lorenzo corner. Nice and tight to the apex. Be patient with the throttle. And onto the power. We won't be improving. In fact, it's a 134.636. 134.634, so 2,000 of a second off the pace from the first lap. So relatively consistent. But I will confess, even under the braking there and into turn 2, just didn't quite feel as good. It almost feels like there's a different brake disc on. There definitely isn't, because I never changed anything. It just feels off. It's hard to say really, but it just doesn't feel all that comfortable. So there is Raul Fernandez, and ahead of him there is a very fast rider. Although they crashed, they're still looking pretty good. So onto the brakes then, going into turn... Jack Miller crashed like 3 times now. I swear that's his 3rd crash so far. In fact, it's Marco Bezzecchi. Is he not leaning? It looks like his lean angle is just completely broken. Like he's sitting up stagnant. Oh, over the inside of Raul Fernandez. There's your invalid lap. Didn't want to get caught behind him. I want to take a look at Bez. Yeah, he's not leaning, is he? With the old school riding style. Looking like Kevin never mind, he's definitely not looking like Kevin Schwantz. He's off the circuit. Will he rejoin in an unsafe manner? He kind of does. Raul Fernandez has gone down behind us. What's going on? Jack Miller's down again? How many times can one man crash in a testing session? He's not on the Repsol Honda. He doesn't need to crash. Bizarre. Bizarre with a capital B, ladies and gentlemen. So into Lorenzo corner. 10th and a half lost on this exchange of lap time. So it doesn't look like we'll be doing another 134.6. We're going to slip into the 134.7s for the one and only invalid lap of today's winter... I keep saying that, is a Spanish test. Spanish GP test as we go into turn 2 for the Michelin corner. And I have been reading some of the comments lately about career mode being a bit too easy. And Jack Miller goes down again. Someone's clearly not on a lower difficulty. Jack having a tough time at this one. Well, yeah, I don't really know what to suggest about the career mode difficulty. I've done two seasons of just grinding like crazy to generate some good results, and yet now we're on the Factory Ducati, which everybody wanted me to go on to. It's looking a bit too easy, so I don't know what the solution is. I don't think I can swap teams halfway through, but I think we're kind of stuck as it is. I might be able to use Power Steering 2 more often, but in the races it's still Power Steering 2 no matter what. I think Power Steering 1 would just make it too ridiculous. I think it'd be too hard for that. But I do have the Saxon Ring coming up soon, so we'll see how that fares. Is Luca Marini now off the circuit? Is he going to go down? He's going to just cut back right in front of me with reckless abandon. Nice one, Luca. Not a single concern shown for the other riders here. Not just him, though. It's a lot of them. A lot of the riders in this session right now are doing that. It's going to be a bad lap time, this, and I tell you what, I don't even think I can blame Luca for that. It just doesn't feel good. I can't even put my finger on it. It just feels sluggish. It's like the handling is worse, even though the handling has been increased. I don't know, but across the line, it is not an improvement. So back over then to the second package, or the first package out of the 2, let's say. Relatively decent performance earlier on, as Luca Marini has now moved himself up to 3rd. Jack Miller in the pit, he's in 2nd. If we want to be the testing champion, we're going to have to try and win this test in a metaphorical sense of finishing in the top spot. Across the line with the new tyre compound hard front soft rear, let's see what we can produce in 4 laps, as Enea Bastianini, teammate to me, has gone down yet again in this timed session. Now, I am not going to be using Power Steering 3. I don't feel it's necessary to use Power Steering 3 around this circuit. Sometimes it works, and it probably will give us the best lap time, but to be honest, I want to do the work in Power Steering 2. That's the ultimate key for working and improving our race pace, let's say, working on that side of things. So I think that will help us more to focus on that. I think recently, since we've moved up to the Factory Ducati, qualifying isn't really an issue. We're about a second, maybe more, quicker than we were with the KTM. So I think qualifying, we should be fine. It's all about that race pace, learning and improving all the time. Now, a quick look at that top 8. I'm a little bit surprised. As I mentioned a few times now in this video about team comparisons, Aprilia was almost top. It was Ducati top, Aprilia, KTM, Prima Prama Ducati, all very close together. 2 Prima Prama Ducatis, good to see Johan Zarco in there, although he didn't quite get out of the way very well there. No sign of the Aprilias in the top 8. Only 2 factory Ducatis, and only 1 KTM. A little bit concerning regarding the team's comparisons, but we'll take a look at it later and we'll see how this particular test has changed the complexion of our MotoGP 23 career mode. On to the power then. And across the line, this will not be an improvement, but it will put us back into the 134.6s that we were doing with the medium front and rear combination of tyres with Spec A and Spec B. Gotta say though, this Ducati feels terrific. Doing the Ace Academy races online, doing the live streams is very difficult now because I find that the Yamaha, which a bike I was so fond of to start MotoGP 23, is beginning to lose favour from DrAce. I find that I wheelie too much and it just spins the rear more than any other bike I've used. So I think it's quickly becoming a least favourite now rather than my favourite. I just got, oh my god, Maverick Vinales, oh Lord Almighty. I wasn't expecting him to lose the front there. I went deep and I was too busy watching what he was doing rather than focusing on my own corner there. And I got sucked into him. I mean, how did he not crash? Fair play to Maverick. I mean, he will feel that. He absolutely will. There is the Yamaha. Spoke about Fabio earlier. You know, that's the second time he's done that this session. He did the exact same thing earlier, went off the track, rejoined in quite an aggressive manner. And now it's the same off the circuit there. That's not... Ooh. Okay, we got away with that. Tolerant penalties on. Now onto the brakes for the left-hand side. We're about to improve our lap time here tenfold as Fabio goes quite deep. 4th, 5 tenths of a second. What the hell? Whoa! What's he doing? What the hell is Fabio Quartararo playing at? Granted, he's gone deep, but what was the need of that? That was absolutely asinine. What a stupid performance there. Why did he do that? He went wide into almost along that penalty loop and then just cut the apex. That is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Well, I'm speechless. I wasn't a moment ago, but I am now. I can't believe that. Why would the AI do something so stupid? Anyway, it is what it is. Still doing our 4 laps with package A. Let's see what we can do. Onto the brakes then. Of course, we did hit Maverick in this corner on the previous lap. Thankfully, no Maverick to hit in this corner. Judging on the delta, you'll see the advantage we'll gain by not bumping into the side of Maverick, although we're still down by 2 tenths of a second. Not quite how I expected this to go. Yellow flags out somewhere. What is it with the crashes in this test right now? Ooh, I was almost a victim of it myself then. Way too tight to the apex with the factory Ducati. Onto the power then and into the right-hander. This is the Crivier corner. Back again into the right-hander, keeping it tight to the apex of Ferrari. We will not be improving this lap time. Sliding the rear in. Handles pretty well, that to be fair. We get onto the power. Oh, a quick upshift there to 3rd gear. That was a mistake. A little bit too heavy-handed on the triangle button for my upshift. Now onto the brakes into turn 1. Still yet to see an improvement as Luca Marini goes down. But this is the last opportunity for us to really make our mind up here in this test. To be honest with you, I am very much leaning across to using package A. I think that is the key. The other one felt really wonky. We'll take a look in a minute with the hard front soft rear combination for package B, but as it stands, I'd rather have that balance of just going full engine power now, because we do have a lot of tracks coming up now with a lot of straight line speed. The Le Mans, the Jerez, the what else we got? Sachsenring. We've got that massive straight avenue, and then from there we can go to Assen and then into the Silverstone test. So we'll see. Well, I'm leaning towards package A for now. This one seems to feel quite stable, and it's kind of good to break the consistency of choosing always package B. Could bite me on the backside, but we'll see. I do want to know though if changing over to a bike with full power. Is that my... No, it's not. Was that Taka in the gravel? Oh, not Taka. That's the last person I want to see in the gravel. I do really like Taka. That's a shame for the Japanese rider. I'm assuming it was him. It was so difficult to see. The name just popped up and then disappeared so briefly. We're onto the right-hander then. This could be our chance to improve the lap time. Onto the brakes, sliding the rear in. Looking like Pecco Bagnaia as we get onto the power. Bit early on the power. Oh, and across there, we're just messing this one up all the time. Across the line, it is a 1:34.401. So then, last attempt. Oh, goodness me, spawned right there with Bastianini, didn't we? Just pressing that record button. I'll tell you what, is he on a lap here? He is. Let's move out of the way then for teammate Enea Bastianini. Give us a bit of space. In fact, he is off the track. I hope he doesn't just do what Fabio Quartararo did to me. He did. That's absolutely bonkers. What are you doing, mate? Well, you're going to have to sit behind me now then. We'll work together. Both Bastianini and his factory Ducati teammate working together. Not something you thought you'd see last year, is it? Considering how fierce the rivalry was between myself and Enea Bastianini. Cast your minds back to Buda, where we both clashed into turn 8 and basically imploded the pair of us. We had a huge, monumental crash in the Indian GP. But Spec B ran me accidentally. Not looking too bad here, actually. It feels a little bit better now we've gone for the hard front soft rear. Nothing to get excited about, but just feels a little bit better. But I don't know if it feels better than Spec A. Handling 5 opposed to handling 4, you would imagine that this bike would have a bit more nimbility and manoeuvrability. Oh, struggling to turn in there, though. Look, yeah. Is this handling 5? I'm beginning to wonder if I've got this the wrong way around. It seems so difficult to pull the bike in. When you accelerate, usually, the bike... I can't, look at that. It might not look bad, but it feels it. It feels like there's a restriction turning in. Not bad there, though, but I've got to say, I'm not a fan of it. Again, it just feels weird. I don't know what's made this worse, but this was worse than the mediums, to be honest with you. And this lap time is going to show it. We're going to cross the line here, and if we're not careful, it will be another 1:35. It's a 1:34.7, so nothing to get too upset about. Ironically, coincidentally, the ideal lap time, or at least the same lap time as earlier with the invalidated lap. I guess that's not all that bad. But it doesn't feel like it has the turning. It just... There's something off about it. When I get onto the power, that package A just glides with it when I accelerate. This one seems to drag me further wide, which I don't really understand. I'm looking at that on the right hand side, you know, in fact, I've got it on my second monitor, and it looks like this one should have more handling, just a little bit less control, fuel delivery and engine power, so I'm a bit lost. I don't know why it feels worse, but I don't think I'm picking this one. Lap times might not look too bad here, but it just doesn't feel right. Isn't it weird? It's so strange how the littlest, smallest thing in this game can have an impact on you. Whether you feel the sensitivity in the triggers, whether maybe there's a difference in the braking. I'm off the circuit again. Yeah, I'm not liking this at all. The bringing the power on it, it's like something's dragging me. I am not taking that chance for the season. And we're off again. Oh, and a wheelie! What the hell was that? Yeah, package B. You're not for me. No way. This package is not good. Oh my god, I dropped the front. Look at that. What? Yeah, package B. Not for me. I'll give it 2 more laps. I did say we would, but wow. That dropped. Oh my god. Apologies for screaming in your ear, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy shouting. But yeah, that's not good. I mean, I was concerned about getting into the 135s. We're in the 139s. Shocking. I just don't understand how one small change can make this bike feel significantly different. Didn't feel too bad on the mediums. I know it wasn't great, but it feels worse. I'm shocked. I am actually stunned. Of course, guys, if you do want to skip ahead, don't forget to check out the last part of the video, because I will be showing you the team's comparison. So yeah, if you want to see that, go ahead, skip right now. But if you're still staying around to hear my dulcet tones and watching the action unfold, then I appreciate you very much as I've gone down again. Oh no. I can't believe this. I should have ended it there and then, shouldn't I? This is not going well. I just realised there was no one on the track then, so I was trying to use the map to gauge who was coming, but there was clearly no one there. Well, I'm shocked. It's not often I crash, it really isn't. But we've crashed twice now in 1 lap. 1.5. I'm shocked. Very much shocked. Doesn't bode well for the for the Ace Academy race on Monday. Well, yesterday, depending what time I upload this video. It'll be uploaded Tuesday, so yeah. Apologies. I get distracted with all the upload schedule. Just as long as you know there's a video every single day as we're off the track again. I can't understand why this bike feels so bad. If you've had any of this experience, let me know in the comment section down below. Really curious if you've had a package that just looks good, doesn't look too different, sort of minimal changes, and yet feels so bad. It feels strange. We're going to give it one last shot though, nonetheless, but I can guarantee Package B is not the option I'll be choosing here today. I will keep over Spec Ace rather than Spec Beta. Not a bad lap time actually coming in here though. Coming out to turn 2 there, we actually gained a bit of time. I felt a little bit more confident upon the brakes. Just had to press it a bit harder. Not really my style. I think it's been mentioned many times on the channel and in the Discord server, probably to make fun of me. I am a very gentle braker. I don't brake very hard. Very much straight line braking. Perfect for the corners like this. Braking into dry site. Braking into Pedrosa corner, should I say. That's a habit of a lifetime, that, isn't it? I don't think I'll ever not call it the dry site corner when racing in Jerez. At least it shows my knowledge. I guess that's one way of looking at it. But into the left-hander then for the Jorge Martinez Aspar. This will be the last lap of today's Spanish GP test. Onto the right-hand side for the corner that seems everyone crashed at earlier. We are looking rather promising. Miller in second. He's 0.4 of a second behind me. That hasn't changed for a long time. The Beast in third. Brad Binder up into fourth. Vinales Espargo 5th and 7th. Bezecchi 6th and his teammate 8th. So you know what? That is looking a bit more like what I expected. However, I would swap the Ducatis to the Prima Pramacs, and then that would make more sense for the team comparison. But across the line, it will not be an improvement, and that ends today's session. So those are the lap times on screen right now. As you can see, fastest lap would have been a 1:34.1, and it looks to be that Spec A has all 4 of the ideal sector time. So a prime example that Spec A is the one to be on. Not bad lap times. It would certainly suffice for the race. But with only power setting 2, not really changing the tyres too much, I'd probably recommend softs for a solid lap time. But here, yeah, nothing really screams out to me to say this is the one to choose, you know. So, yeah, let's go package A. Well, we have the option in a moment anyway, so let's take a look at the two side by side. Factory Ducati on the left, GP23 on both sides, of course. It's a choice from there on. And as I say, Spec A seems to be the one for me. I'm happy to just go for that. Let me know in the comment section what you would choose, and let's finally take a look at the terrific team comparison screen. Look at that. Repsol Honda, top of the pile. Comfortably. Ducati, worse. How did we go worse after winning every single race so far bar one? How? Red Bull KTM looks great, Aprilia looks fantastic. We went worse. Prima Pramac dropped off a cliff. And now we're looking at Repsol Honda being the team to beat. Very questionable. Teammate Bastianini says we need to look at the Yamahas. I think he's right. We'll see what happens going forward. But guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. If you really enjoyed the video, don't forget to make a comment as well and hit the like button. But guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.